Nintendo!
Hey everyone, welcome back with Beano Mac, where today we're going to continue our playthrough of Melee, and we're going to do some adventure mode with Dr. Mario, the good doc, not the quack. And if you think he's a quack, well, let me tell you, folk, you're whack. See, I'm with it, I'm hip, I know what the kids are into these days, you know, with their LOL dolls and their squishies, you know. I used to work at the YMCA. Oh jeez, okay, ooh! Yeah, I dodged it. That's why it's a good doctor. But anyway, I think Dr. Mario is probably one of my favorite characters in this series. I actually liked his appearance in this a lot more than in the modern titles. Just I mean, I like the ooh. I don't know why that didn't hit me, but I ain't complaining. But I don't know, like, I think the jeans, it's kind of an interesting look, but I like it when he's just in the full scrubs, like in this game. But also, I feel like he was not a terrible jumper in this game. Like, I don't remember him. Ooh, okay, never mind. I don't know, I feel like he's like the worst jumper or something like that, other than maybe Little Mac in the modern games. Man, these controls are so stiff. Yeah, see, like, I wanted to do like his headbutt like this, but then I freaking jumped up in the air and pressed A. Like, timing is a lot more strict in this game. I gotta say. I don't know, like I said, I'm just spoiled on Ultimate, I guess. Coming back to these old games. With Smash 64, I expected it. Melee, I did not. I thought the controls would be a little smoother and easy and stuff like that. That was cool. Popped him right in the ass. You could make a three-pointer if he dropped a shell and I put my thumb up his boo-boo. But this is also a weird mode to me. Like, I don't know if it was just unfinished or what the plan was for it or something like that. Because, like, they have, like, a weird mix of, like, levels and then fights. But, like, it rarely ever feels natural to me. I don't know. Maybe that's just my snobbiness. I thought that this game had like the tilt controls too, but ooh, that was sick. We were right into him. But I don't know, like the tilt controls, whenever I try and do it, like I thought that was my way out, but nah, I just can't do them, I guess. I guess they must have added it after Melee or something, I don't know. And there's always like a freaking frame rate drops, I don't know, that's definitely gotta be an emulator issue, because I don't remember that happening on console. It's weird because I mean, like, this is one of the rougher looking GameCube games on the console, because obviously it came out, you know, I think it was one of the first games really. So I don't know why it would have frame rate issues. Well, then again, it is one of the first ones to come out on console, so they were probably still learning and stuff like that. Alright, I didn't think he was done already. I can't stand that stage. The clap traps always get me. I get clapped. My cheeks literally get clapped on that stage. This is definitely my favorite level in this whole thing. You know, you can tell it had the most effort put in. You know, I think it has like a really cool aesthetic. That's the thing that I love about Melee, is even though it was on GameCube, it was obviously based off of all the N64 stuff. That's probably why I like Brawl and Melee, you know, a lot of that stuff the most. You know, when it comes to single player modes too, is because it's all based off of like GameCube and N64 era stuff, and that's kind of when I, you know, grew up on that kind of stuff. Yeah. You knew we couldn't handle Mr. Saturn. It's actually a funny story with that too. I think I've complained about, you know, the competitive scene every once in a while in my videos and stuff like that. Not just Smash, just in fighting games in general. I don't really have anything against the competitive community. It's just a lot of people that I used to associate with the competitive stuff kind of soured me on a lot of that things, because they kind of only like wanted to play with their rules and stuff like that. And you know, Smash is like a party game to me. And if you know you like to be like a competitive player, you know, I have no issues with that. But like the people I used to play with, you know, it always had to be no time. It had to be stock. It always had to be freaking no items, no smash, final smashes, I mean, or anything like that. So I don't know, like it's still a fun game because it's just a very great game, you know, formula like Smash. There's nothing like it. There's no other game series that kind of puts the same amount of effort in it. Even if they do, it's Nintendo characters. That's what I like the appeal of, you know. So like, you know, no offense to like, you know, I think it's Brawl Stars or Brawl or something like that. Not like the Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but there's like an indie game and I think it's called like Brawl or something like that. It's just, I like playing as the Nintendo characters. Obviously, PlayStation All-Stars didn't really do that well either. But I don't know. I haven't really played Nicktoons. I think I played like a few fights, but it's just it's a little rough for my taste. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You know, it's a licensed game. But I don't know, man. I mean, like, I love the party atmosphere of just playing with your friends. You know, up to 8 players. You know, the whole items and stuff like that. And people say, you know, items are cheap, you know, anybody can win. No, I was the hardcore Smash Bros. Champion for like a year straight. I only lost one time. I defend my belt often. 5-minute matches, you know. If the time limit expired, the champion kept his title. That never even happened once. So, I mean, I didn't even need that rule put in place. 3 stocks, stuff like that. I beat people in 5 minutes. I used items and stuff like that. Hardcore champion here. You gotta know how to use them. Not everybody can win. Let's see, did I get Link Master? That was what I was going for, but unfortunately it looks like I didn't. Gotta beat all the Links in that stage. I don't know how I missed him, but to continue on my story about the competitive guys, I keep jumping from point to point, but point I'm making is, I remember, you know, we had some tournaments and stuff like that, and they were usually competitive rules, you know. Even my brother, he held a tournament and stuff like that for fun, but he bought, like, these Smash medals and stuff like that. You know, you can find them online, you know. They got, like, silver, bronze, and gold and stuff like that, and, you know, me and my buddies, we played it, and I actually got 3rd place, you know, believe it or not. You know, you're probably thinking to yourself, looking at me play, and you're like, geez, this guy winning anything, even bronze? What were there, like, 3 people in it? However, you know, there was at least 8. It was a full tournament. I think it was even more than that. It was like 12 people playing. But, you know, I don't really mind, you know, doing competitive stuff or things like that. It's still fun, especially because it's just, you know, you're playing with your friends and tournaments to see how good everybody is and stuff. But I remember me and my buddy, we were setting up you know, just a goofy tournament. And it was pretty much all the same rules, you know, 3 stocks, you know, no time limit. You know, stuff like that. And as a joke, we added Mr. Saturn as like, that's the one item people have. And, you know, Mr. Saturn's that like guy I threw a link earlier and stuff like that. You're probably going to see him soon on the Onet stage. And what he does is you throw him at people and he does like 1 damage and he kind of just like stops people a little bit, like in their tracks. You know, for like a split second, just because, you know, like the stun of being hit. And if you didn't know, what he does too is if you're blocking, you know, holding down so your, you know, bubble appears and stuff like that. He, jeez, I can't even get on this platform. She's not even trying to eat the food. But what he does is he immediately pops your shield no matter what level it's at. So the competitive people in our group chat, they were like, dude, what are you doing? This is crazy. You're ruining the game. You know, he's adding way too much chaos to the mix. You know, one guy complained about, you know, not having time limit in a stock battle because, you know, it could take like half an hour each fight because people are waiting out. It's like, dude, are you serious? Like, we're just trying to have a fun little tournament here, and you're literally afraid of Mr. Saturn, for Christ's sake? My God. On top of that, like, I don't know, like if you're waiting out, you know, trying to do like, if you're just trying to win a battle by waiting out the clock, like, I don't know, man, that's so lame. There's no fun involved in that. You know, you're supposed to be in a fighting tournament to, you know, fight. But, you know, I mean, there was that one guy, and he was like throwing up a stink about it too. See, I think 7 seconds. Yep, lucky number 7, special bonus. But yeah, man, he was throwing up a stink about it. And then there was another guy who was like saying, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna participate in this tournament if it's not serious. And It's like, dude, are you really? You're not gonna play with your friends or anything like that? And I don't know, just to show you how out of it he was. I mean, they were like, you know, they were just so obsessed with the competitive scene. Like, the one guy said he wasn't gonna play with us as because of how goofy the tournament was. He said, "I'll see you at locals, guys," as if like we were just gonna show up to local competitions or something like that. I don't know. It's not so much the competitive scene that I have an issue with. It's like a lot of the goofiness I've seen in my friends group over and stuff like that. But for the most part, you know, it's just like those one or two guys. But it's also just kind of like annoying when you're playing like a party fun game and all you hear is about hitboxes and frame rates and who's top tier and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, man. And you're about to see, beating that in under 30 seconds, we have a bonus fight against a giant Kirby. But yeah, that's pretty much my story about the competitive scene and whatnot. But I don't know, I'm a casual guy through and through, so I mean, like, with all these, you know, fighting games, you know, like Super Smash Bros. And, you know, Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball Z, and stuff like that. You know, I have respect for, like, the competitive community, but, like, it's irritating when, if it doesn't appeal to the competitive, you know, community, it's, like, just a terrible game and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm there for the stories, and I'm there for the, you know, and the old PS2 Mortal Kombat games. I love the gameplay, but I also love the side modes and stuff like that. You know, Motor Combat, Create a Fighter, which was broken, to be fair. It was too broken. So I can be reasonable, but then they got, you know, I feel like the competitive scene, like Mortal Kombat's been chasing that for a long time, and they just can't seem to figure it out. Because all I ever see is, you know, like, there's obviously people who love to play Mortal Kombat competitively, but they're also, like, you know, just some of the biggest Mortal Kombat fans in general. Like, I think the Ketchup and Mustard guys, I forget what their names are, but they're like a big YouTube channel that focuses on competitive stuff, and I don't mind those guys because you can tell, even though they're competitive players, like, they just love Mortal Kombat in general, and that's kind of what I like, you know. I can get along with people like that, but people who, you know, it's like it's all about, you know, whether a game is competitive or not. It's trash otherwise if it isn't. Like, you're not really a big fan of that franchise, I feel like, if, you know, you only care about that, rather than, you know, all the extra stuff that goes into those games, like the stories, the characters, the backstories. You know, it's kind of like how people say, you know, fighting games used to not have, you know, good stories and stuff like that. They did, it's just they didn't have the technology at the time to tell it all in one go. But I mean, everybody had like great stories, you know. They were simple, but you know, you had a motivation to play as all the characters, and they had motivations to being there, stuff like that. Now, whereas I think it kind of, I give them credit because it is a lot more difficult, but geez, man, I mean, I think stories were better back then, just because, you know, you didn't have to worry about telling all these different stories and trying to connect them into one and stuff like that. It was just, you know, you could have like a few characters in a story and stuff like that. I mean, Tekken 4's story was fantastic. The original trilogy story was great. Honestly, I like the, you know, the reboot MK 2011 was a great story as well. Oh no, I lost. God damn it. It's these controls, man. I'm telling you. I'll give half me, half the controls. How about that, folks? But yeah, I think, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty much the old man yelling at, angry old man yelling at clouds or whatever at this point, so I guess I'll shut up about it. But yes, these stages I really like about adventure mode. Like, I wouldn't mind fights every once in a while. I just would kind of prefer if, like, they had, like, I don't know, like, it works in Brawl with Subspace Emissary. It's just, these stages are fun, but they're just kind of few and far between, I feel like. Yeah, take that. I wonder if I just made anybody crash. So those guys who crashed at the beginning, you know, an opening cutscene for this, they're dead. This is a Nintendo game and they just crashed and they just died. It's also interesting to look back at these things, like just the context of the time of what games were big in Nintendo and what weren't. Because I mean, technically at this time, F-Zero was still one of their biggest franchises. Star Fox was still one of their biggest franchises. I mean, I bet if you like asked someone during the N64 days that like, you know, Star Fox's popularity, if it would drop down and stuff like that, I mean, they probably tell you not likely. It's kind of sad what happened to the poor fox. Although I will say this, I did like Assault a lot. I know a lot of people didn't like it and they said the on-foot sections were poop, but nah, I liked it a lot. And honestly, they just haven't been able to, you know, catch themselves, you know, get themselves back on their feet and stuff like that. And it's been such a long time too, unfortunately. So it kind of makes you wonder if they're going to be able to if they're even going to come out with another Star Fox game, because they didn't even have one for the first Switch console. It'd be kind of silly to have it come out now. But I don't know, we'll see. Maybe Switch 2. Uh-oh. Stupid cars. The thing I don't understand is I'm not even staying in the road. We're not staying in the road. How the heck are we getting hit by the cars? Goodness, come on, jeez Louise, stupid hitboxes. I don't know, I'm gonna have to up the difficulty too, because I'm playing on like easy mode, just so, you know, kind of get my bearings back, but man, I forgot just how easy this game is, I guess. And that's me not even being able to freaking do the moves I want to do half the time. Stupid tilt controls and not letting me use them in this game. Man, even look at the ice climbers, I mean, I don't know, it's pretty cool now that we have like over 100 guys in Smash, but I think in the next one, I mean, obviously they're not going to be able to get everybody back, I guess. Which, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. Like, I get it, you know, they have to pay for all the licenses and they have to ask everybody specifically, but I don't know, I find it kind of odd that, like, you know, they've been in the game before, why he can't just be like, hey, you know, like one of the most popular fighting game franchises of all time, you think we can let you use your characters again? And the company's just like, nah, we're not gonna do that. I mean, that'd be the Nintendo thing if like somebody asked Nintendo about that, but it's just weird to me. Like if somebody asks like, hey, can we use Snake again? And then you know, the people who make, you know, Metal Gear, you know, Konami, and they were just like, nah, we don't want to do that. Terrible for our image or something stupid like that. That's the part I don't really get. But yeah, it sounds like the next Smash game, whenever that comes out, may or may not be made by Sakurai, you know, the legend himself and stuff like that. I think not enough credit gets given to Bandai Namco though. I mean, they're like pretty much like the development team, you know, and it used to be like Hell Studios and stuff like that. It's not just one guy's vision. Although he did put in a lot of work. I think he passed out a few times and got like severe carpal tunnel when just making Melee. So I mean, I definitely love the guy and appreciate him for all the effort he's put into the series. But I don't know, a lot of people, I think they're thinking like the end of the series, or the series is never going to be the same. And maybe it's never going to be exactly the same, but if given the chance with the right, you know, person in control, I mean, we could see some crazy stuff, you know. We could see some, you know, more unique characters, perhaps. We could, I don't know, like, I just find it, I hope that, you know, they don't get rid of too many characters and stuff like that, you know, old legacy characters. Dr.Mario might be one of them, because, you know, we used to call them clones back in the day, then Ultimate came out with Echo Fighters, and I don't know, I'm surprised that caught on as much as it did, but I don't know. I think the thing that I would want the most without Sakurai being there, if they were to make another Smash game, is they gotta make a full-on Smash Bros. Story mode with like actual voice acting and stuff like that. Similar to like, you know, it's similar to Subspace Emissary, but you know, instead of the characters, you know, just having the characters interact with each other. I mean, that'd be so cool. It's kind of unlike Nintendo, I guess, though, so it'd be kind of weird, but I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want to see, you know, Snake from Metal Gear Solid freaking just talking crap to Dr.Mario or something, calling him a quack doctor or something like that, you know? Have fun with the idea, make it goofy. Because apparently Sakurai said that he doesn't want to make like another story mode like Subspace Emissary because, you know, he doesn't want the cutscenes linked on, you know, leaked online or anything like that, and that's like the reward for playing those modes. It's like, geez, man, that's kind of goofy, but I don't know. You let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. That's going to be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out next week's episode on Nintendo Tuesday. But above all else, please remember to have a nice day.